everybody, welcome. Thanks so much for coming to the studio, especially if it's your first time here. I always appreciate when people find it and make the adventure down the alley. I'm so excited to welcome Elizabeth here and to be able to present the show in this space. When I opened this space, I really hoped that it would be more than a yoga studio, a place where we could gather, a place where we could have experiences that are inspiring and healing. So this show is both of those things, and I hope you enjoy it. So if you need anything to be comfortable, everybody good? Anybody need anything? Okay, great. And look, there's a spot right for me there.
And so, please turn off your cell phones.
Yes,
if they're not already
off. Cell phones. Good.
This is not it.
Okay, great. Without further ado.
So when I was little, and summer storms would beat at my windows and threaten at my doors, I would curl close to those that I love, holding tight to comfort. And I waited, holding my breath for the storm to pass. And as I waited, I would tell myself all kinds of stories about how the roof would come off and I'd get sucked out, or stories about how it was raining cats and dogs and they were banging at my windows, begging for treats. Or perhaps my world would finally turn technicolor. I just let go and found myself in the wonderful land of Oz. Storms have that power to make the world silent, even with all its screaming. And sometimes, if we're lucky, we're sitting right next to someone, a stranger, a lover, or a friend, whose breath we sync up with as our minds travel to far-off places. Now, the tea shop is not exactly a far-off place. And the story that I'm about to tell you is not exactly how it happened. It's not exactly how I made it through, and it's not exactly the way that I thought I was going to share it with you. So, this story, however, is a fantastical version of events, and it is how I experienced it. There once was a young woman. Her name was Cecilia and her father had a tea shop at the edge of the lake. See, he had been a lawyer in town, and one day he and his business partner, a man named James Brooker, dissolved their practices and propped them up into chai, chamomile, and mint tea leaves and put them up in a boathouse by the edge of the lake. See, her papa had said that it was his soul's work. But when his soul left his body, a devastated Cecilia left and did not return. Until today, a phone call. Hello, Cecilia, it's James Brooker. I'm just calling to let you know that I have decided to let go of the tea shop and retire myself back home to London. I did want to give you the option to buy, as I had promised your father that I'd do that. At present, the tea shop hasn't really been operational for the best part of a month, and the flat upstairs, we stopped letting it about a month ago as well, and my son Simon, you remember Simon? Yeah, anyways, so he'll be by to help you go over all the details, and I half expect you still have a key, but should you need one, there's one on the molding right above the front door. All right, and yeah, anyways, whatever Simon might say, he is very much looking forward to seeing you. All right, cheers, love. Cecilia first saw the tea shop again on a stormy night in the middle of July. The rain was so hot, it stuck stubbornly to the inside of her shirt. As she peeled away wet fabric, her finger traced the close sign. She reached for the key, dust crumbled from the lock. The door creaked and she was hit, smacked by the smell of him. Press the door handle. Wooden floor. 2 booths, 3 circular tables, each table with clear glass encircling maps of Ireland, England, and France, maps of my ancestors, and the blue circular rug encircling a ship lost at sea, laying next to an old-fashioned bookcase with black tea, green tea, and board games, and the captain's wheel on this wall, and the clock that looks like a compass on that, and the old counter made of old wood from a shipwrecked vessel. Or that's what you told me. That's what he told me. When really it was from old Mrs. Porter's stitch and bit shop across the way. Croissant display next to register, coffee machine, espresso machine. We only sell tea here. Or we did. You wouldn't have liked that change. You wouldn't have liked it at all. Mirrored wall leading to the back to the staircase, up to the flat, or back to the kitchen rack and the croissant stack, and the tea boxes yet to be unpacked, and then to your office. It smells like you. It smells like back to the staircase, up to the flat, childhood landing, kitchen, dining room, bathroom, your room, my room, and Mama's living room, and it's all the same. It's all the same. Almost. I don't know what to do with the tea shop, Papa. This was your dream, not mine. My dream, the city, my abandoned lover, her shape curving out of familiar streets. I'll leave her behind for a room full of ghosts. Dreams sunk below sea level. Davy Jones's locker. My treasure map! X marks the spot. 3 X's. Well, who has 3? Well, me, apparently. Okay, the counter was a ship. Our ship. It was a French ship called, and the blue circular rug was Mermaid's Lagoon, and in the back was Pirate's Cove, and in my shitting handwriting, Papa and Bubba's greatest adventure. Bubba, help me with this. Well, why are we doing this? Can't we get a contractor to help us, or why do we have to make the tables? Well, to learn hard work, first of all. Well, we already did France. That's Ireland. Look, I have something for you. This is a captain's log. Captains kept logs of their journeys to let them know where they'd come from and where they were going. They'd look to the sky and the stars would keep their secrets. You, Bubba, are very special. You don't know it yet, but you have the French blood in your veins that helps you to see things that are not there. You have blood of the Irish in each of your freckles, gives you the strength to never give up. And you have something that me and your mother never gave you, your spirit. You will lose your way, and you will find it again. You will write your words in your captain's log, and they will help guide you. Here. A present isn't magical unless it's marked. I'm writing you something. To Bubba. There can be no doubt that your dreams will become your reality. I think I'm getting some inspiration. Captain's log. My papa building backbreaking his soul, he sews with the splinters of shot he built to flip. The stars leading me to hammers and nails to learn hard work. May I be so smart as him one day, but if I can't be, I hope that my mind is wise enough to listen to what my heart has got to say. As memories flooded Cecilia, the storm outside grew quieter, and the woman standing just beneath the street lamp moved ever so slightly. Cecilia saw Maeve 3 times. She saw her 3 times, but it was the 3rd time that Maeve saw her. The first time, Maeve was barely visible, her knapsack slung over her shoulder, and her green Converse sneakers wet in the soak-spilled light. And you didn't so much as see her as hear her. Her song was like the storm at first. It blended in. Cecilia, unable to ignore the haunting melody of the young woman, ushered her in and gave her a cup of tea. She found out that Maeve was on her way to the city to take a train to the same city that Cecilia had just escaped. So Cecilia listened to her, and she found out that Maeve was on her way to the shop looking for a tarot card reader. She's heard that there was a man here that read tarot cards, that could see the future, was a fortune teller, reader of fortunes. Was she right? Cecilia tried to explain to the young woman, Maeve, that the man who had been here, who had read the cards, he had been gone for a very long time. And as she told her this story, she tried to get herself a cup of chamomile tea, and as she reached for the chamomile, X marks the spot. Papa, can we play poker or rummy? I'll deck you in rummy. This is not that kind of deck. Look, see the pictures? They're beautiful, no? These are called tarot cards. You lay them out and they can tell you things, but you have to use your intuition. Do you know what intuition is? It's a knowing, a seeing, right? So it's, some people see things and it's as real as you and me, but they're not really there, right? It's like an echo. Or sometimes it's like a memory, but it's not yours. Or sometimes it's like a gut feeling, like how you feel about Simon. Yeah, so I hate Simon. He steals all the croissants, and he never lets me play at register, and he's always captain when we play pirates. Okay, so you're saying you have a strong gut feeling about Simon. Yeah, he makes me want to throw up. Okay, so when you see this card, what do you think? I see a couple standing under a rainbow made of cups. 10 of cups, good. And what do you feel? Happily ever after. Good. So if I was to ask if I should keep building this table, and I pull this card, what do you suppose the answer should be? Yes, because it's your happily ever after. It brings you great joy. Exactly, Baba. This tool that had been a gift, when he died, it became too much for her, so she locked it behind a door made of cigarettes and alcohol. But when she got sober, it started to come back. And the woman sitting in front of her, Maeve, eyes begging, it unlocked something in her. She tried to push it down, but it just kept getting stronger. That door creaked open just a little bit more. She remembered what her father had said. If someone comes to you and they need guidance, you help them. But you do so in a way that works for you. You neither want to let someone run all over you or push someone away if they need help. So what you do is you ask for a proper energy exchange, money or trade, and then you build a suitable boundary. Do you understand? So I can pull one card for you, but I would need to ask for a proper energy exchange, money or trade. Maeve took out a soggy, wet $5 bill, put it on the counter. Then she took out a piece of paper and wrote something on it and slipped it underneath. Cecilia asked her what her question was. And Maeve told her, see, she was on her way to the city to catch a train. It had always been her dream to sing in big theaters, but should she go? She knew if she was to leave, she'd be running away from something, so what should she do? She was stuck. Should she stay or go? Cecilia drew a card. 3 of Swords. And the seeing began to flow like a river after a storm. Images, memories in Cecilia's mind, but they weren't her memories. No, they were Maeve's. They were Maeve's memories. And Maeve's memories sounded like a song, like her heart was singing. And that door that had been shut burst wide open, and she heard Maeve's song. My father told me of Vita Perry, a massive ship that sailed the high seas, of storms it would conquer, battles it would see. My father told me that ship was like me. I'm not unaware of the shattered heart in my chest. I can still see his eyes as he left, and I'm not so blind. I can't see the need to leave, but my mind is at war with the answers it can't find. If I stay, memories threaten to find their way, and hearts left to pine, of summertime laughter left behind, from test tubes and doctors and hope that was lost, adventures and lessons and Christmas morning frost, and dreams unrealized when death took hold, indecision leaving me cold. Should I say, Vita Perry, guide my way, or should I go? Hoist the sail, the wind might know. If I leave, jump that train, move toward bright lights and city fame. Will this pain rooted deep in my soul, will it ground me, grief take its toll, so I won't be able to sing, and I won't be able to move. I will be frozen in the same damn place, my heart, my throat, gone without a trace. Should I say, Vita Perry, guide my way, or should I go? Deal those cards and let me know. I'm playing the grief game and now I'm taking stock. Time ran out for him, but I still got my clock. what you did, let your scars guide your way. Should I go? Should I stay? Night sky clouded, I'm begging you, let the stars guide my way. Should I stay? Should I go? Vida perillas at sea. Don't tell me you don't know. Just don't tell me you don't know. So 3 of Swords is the card of heartbreak. You're not asking if you should stay or go. You're asking what's going to happen to your heart. And it suggests that you're going to work through it, work through your grief. So it doesn't really matter if you stay or go. If you go, your heart will still be broken. But if you stay, the same. Sorry, we didn't ask a yes or no question or an outcome. It was more in general. So in general, don't ignore your heart. If you do, it'll find a way to get your attention. Believe me. I'm so sorry, I can only pull one card. I'm really exhausted. I'm just back in town for sort of what you're going through, but all I can say is it doesn't get easier, but it does get easier to breathe. And I'm sorry. I have to decide what I'm going to do with my father's tea shop. And his presence it's almost too overwhelming, you know what I mean? Anyways, you don't have to hear about my crap. I guess if it was me, I'd use a ticket. No sense in pausing your life just because you got dealt a bad hand. Maeve left and thanked her. Answer acquired and tea half drunk. Cecilia reached for the soggy $5 bill and put it in her pocket, and then she found the note. N'oubliez pas la femme et le lion. Don't forget the woman and the lion. Her throat began to feel tight. She reached for a pack of cigarettes but found an empty purse. That night, her dreams were like violent ships on frantic waves, and in the morning when she woke, throat still tight, there was a long line of people stretched out from the shop, waiting for her. They had come for a tarot reading. See, word had spread through the magic of the evening, and since she selfishly didn't want to decide what to do with the shop, she propped up a sign that said $20 a reading and ushered them in one at a time. Questions peppering the shop. Was their lover cheating on them? Should they see a doctor? Should they renew their lease? What was their life's purpose? And as she heard their questions, she started to harbor secret thoughts. You come to me looking for answers, hoping for hope, but you don't see the clouds in your eyes and the storms in your belly. You want me to get it right, and I'll try my best. But just like Babe Ruth struck out sometimes, I won't always get it right. You want me to see your truth when you can't even see it yourself. So, step right up, step right up, step right up. You may stimulated and taunted by your own deep, dark, and brightening future. It's free to enter, ladies and gentlemen, free to enter, but you gotta pay to leave. See these cards, you don't read them, they read you. Don't worry, take a chance on the amazing, mystical Cecilia Haversham Jean. Dream, a Russian prophet, an Irish goddess, a French fortune teller from the suburbs of the amazing American love story. That's right, take a card, just take a card, and just know that the hull of the ship that you seek answers isn't a nice one, it's not a fun one, but it most certainly is an honest one. And when you leave here, your secrets get locked away in tea tins, just like mine. I give you hope. Pay me in song. I give you a warning. Pay me in gratitude. I give you someone to listen. Pay me in respect to my boundaries. Because as I said, when you leave here, this never happened. And your secrets get locked away in tea tins, just like mine. I could steep your secrets in chamomile. Sell it for $2.50 a cup. I could do that. I could run the tea shop. Huh. Yeah. Simon, hey, how you doing? What's up? Hey. My father told you that I was going to stop by, right? Do I need to pay the $20, or is the reading on the house, all things considered? Okay, well, it's nice to see you, and I just wanted to see if you needed any help, if you had any questions about the space. and to reiterate that my father needs an answer by the end of the month. Okay, so this is my card, and I just wanted to say that I miss your dad too. Captain's log, day 1. Met a girl, gave a reading, then gave thousands more. Simon came, confusing, richly nice. Throat still tight, going to the doctor. Dr. Sampson, ENT. So what we have here is that's what we would call that a tight muscle. So we call that a muscle tension dysphonia. You just want to relax it. From non-approved, day 2 energy healer. So Cecilia, this is your throat chakra, and that's really the center of your truth and your creative expression. So the question is, what are you not expressing? Right, what's little big heart got to say? I'm wondering if you're cheating on your lover. I don't have a lover. Yes, but are you cheating on him? I'm going to give you some valerian root. I want you to start painting. Just go with me. Painting with all the colors. I'm talking, where's taupe? Where's carnelian? Where's mauve? And then just mix them all together, and then just see how you feel about the lines. I'm sorry, we're still talking about my throat. Day 3, trauma therapist. So trauma is very real, as is PTSD, which you have both of, and it can present in your body in very real ways, okay? So I want you to work with your neurological pathways. I want you to try tapping. Yeah, just like that. And then you can do different points in your body. Perfect. Okay. And then what you're going to do is called toning. So you're going to get deep down in your belly, okay? Just, okay, follow me. It's going to help. The sky was that perfect mix of pinks and purples. And the air was that magical split of hot and cold. When you could curl up on a deck chair, just staring at the water and looking at the stars. And that's exactly what Cecilia was doing when Maeve came back. Can you tell when someone's fallen in love? I mean, when their body has just been kissed all over. Can you tell? Cecilia picked a card. 2 of Cups. Well, that's the love card, girl. Looks like going away to the city worked out well for you. And she began to hear Cecilia began to hear Maeve's heart singing once again. But this time it wasn't alone. There was someone else in it. Hi, my name's Finn O'Donoghue. I'm looking for someone named Maeve. It started on the train. Seemed he'd pushed me forward. Got a job off the end line. An apartment off the beat. Started while I was working. Got this idea in my head. I'd start an open mic night. After Sunday brunch was said. Online posting, casting call for artists, singers, and dancers. A place to tell your story. A place to tell mine too. So I see that you got a job at a restaurant, a busy place off of Bleecker Street. Bleecker crossing 11th Street, and my heart beats hard on that concrete. It goes heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. Planning my next sleep, keep me centered on my heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. What impulses pulse impishly in my heartbeat. So I see that you got that job, and then you tried to turn the restaurant. Well, they had a back room, yeah? So you tried to turn the back room of that restaurant into, I see, a place to perform. And something ignited inside of you that you thought was dead, thought was toxic wasteland, blood in your veins, but Now you had a mission and people showed up to audition. You started to find community, you started to be heard, and then he walked through the door. Heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. Hi, my name's Finn O'Donoghue. I'm here to audition. I tap dance. You guys don't need no music or nothing. You know Maeve's an Irish name, yeah? It means she who intoxicates. Irish, I'll stop. He came back that night, crowd splitting. And you were so focused on turning that back room of that bar into some place to perform that you totally forgot about your own song until it was 5 minutes of places. It started in the chest, seemed heat fracturing my nerves, completely unprepared. Forgot to prepare, and about to go on. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever Black Rose Pub open mic night. We got Juniper from Brooklyn, visual artist, Jackson from Queens and Ivory Keys, and Lila from Jersey, her puppet named Percy, and Finn from Dublin. And I feel nothing. Heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. Oh, hey, love. You look like you're about to throw up. You're nervous, love. Stop calling me love. Okay, well, it's what you call a regionalism. My name is Maeve. Stop calling me love. Okay, well, Maeve, you look like you're about to throw up all over the stage, and heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. Oh, hey, just take a breath, all right? It's called breathing. All right. Look, nobody knows what your song's meant to be, yeah? So if you fuck it up, nobody will know. Cigarette. I don't smoke. You do now, love. It helps you to breathe. Take a drag. Hi, can we get 2 shots over here? Liquid courage, love. Heartbeat. 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 And as you climb the stage, Facebook Live, Instagram Lives, Naked Live, everyone saw the Irish bloke get up behind you, your vibration starting, his rhythm joining. Ska-doo, ska-doo-doo-doo, ska-doo-doo-doo, da-da-da-da-da, ska-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ska-da-da, ska-doo-doo-doo, ska-da-da-da, ska-da-da-da-da-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, ska-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Got stuck with a bad habit for an Irish guy named Finn, and for Marlboro Lights and Tanker Agent. Don't think I'm drowning in rose-colored hopes, 'cause this heat in my chest is pretty fucking dope. Love passing that grief, beating my heartbeats hard on that cute need goes. Heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. Land in my neck, sleep, keep me centered on his heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. What impulses pulse impishly in his heartbeat? Cecilia began to feel hot and dizzy, and her heart started to race. Maeve left $7 and a note. Please open the shop again. The tea was lovely. Merci. She could barely digest this when Simon drove up. Simon, hey, I had a question for you, and I was okay. So I was wondering if we still had what we needed to run and operate the shop, just for like a little bit. Yeah. What was your thinking? That you and I could run it together for like a week, 7 days, that's the same thing. But maybe. So I have a job. Yeah, in real estate. Don't you make your own schedule? It's not that simple. Oh, please, say yes. Come on, I need to get the rhythm of the shop if I'm going to make a decision. Okay. All right, a week. That's it. When do we start? Today. And you can take the first shift. I have to go to the doctor. Is everything okay? Sure. Yeah. Captain's log. Day 7. Cardiologist, Dr. McIntyre. Okay, so it looks like you have an extremely healthy heart, which is good to see. I don't often get to see that. Okay, this looks like a panic attack. Okay. So so do you have a therapist? Psychiatrist? Day 8, psychiatrist. Cecilia, good to see you. Come into my office. Okay. So feelings of panic, we call that a panic disorder. Okay, hold on 1 second. Yeah. Jerry? It's my husband. Yeah, have you ever had Klonopin? Yeah. Okay, this is a prescription for Klonopin. I don't want drugs. Day 9, yoga instructor. So let your heart radiate forward. Beautiful. Come to standing Tadasana. Now everybody find your easy seat for a heart-centered practice. A loving-kindness meditation. May be free from danger. May be free from fear. May be healthy. May be happy. May be filled with loving kindness. Captain's log. In ancient civilizations, shamans, elders, medicine men and women used to read signs in the stars, backs of your hand, curve of your spine, color of your heartbeat. They could connect your breath to the howling winter winds, your blood to the boiling water just beneath the earth's surface, your skin to the dirt, and burning midnight fires to sparks in your soul. We used to tell the sky and the stars our secrets. Sometimes when we forget, they whisper. Your thoughts are not your soul. And life is not linear. It circles back over and over and over again to the same lesson, the same thing. One time I asked him, why don't we do that anymore? Listen to the stars. He didn't have an answer really, but he did say, our minds are not our souls. My throat's fine. My heart's fine. My body acting like a landmine. It's fine. Just breathe. Practice happening. Everything's fine. Okay. Simon, sorry I'm late. It's okay. How was it? It was actually really good. People remember coming here as kids. It was great, and we broke the bank. This is nothing like real estate. How was the doctors? Informative. Day 10. Back to business. Doors open. Finally at the shop. Cleaning down tables and stealing glances at the boy who became a man. Breathe. Starting my day right with a shower, warm breakfast, yoga, and then a moment with the lake, watching the waves, thinking, I can be like that. People coming in, bubbles of conversations at the tables, and then games being taken off of the bookshelf, tea being poured. This is my home. This was my home. I left, and I came back, and now I'm not alone. Simon's here. Day done, and recording figures in familiar books. and then retiring out to the back with teeth. Peace. Simon. Peace. Until the ghosts come back. Bubba, did I ever tell you the story about the lion? He told me about not to take any wooden nickels, and my grandmother who's Russian and French, and the boy who cried wolf, and the lion that looked like a sun. One day, a little girl left her village and she went into the jungle. See, she only packed with her a canteen, a hunting knife, and some food. The jungle was deep, dark, and mysterious. So she started out past the waterfall of 10,000 colors, and then past the tree that bore blue fruit, and then past the bird of bright songs and loud colors. And she came into a clearing. She made a small shelter out of twigs and bark. And the night came. Stars and peppered the sky. And in the darkness, she heard a twig crack. The girl, her blood became icicles. See, the lion came. The lion who looked like the sun. The lion whose fur was made of lava. The lion whose eyes were made of stardust. And just as he was about to leap, Baba, I need to tell you something. Cecilia looked at her hands, and she thought about her gift. The gift that she peddled off for pennies in the city. The gift of word. How she peddled it off for half a nickel, half a penny, and then just air. Peddled off her gift for wooden nickels, and she didn't even realize it. And that's when her eyes started to change. Her eyes started to get fuzzy, strained. Something wasn't right. Maeve looked like a ship washed up from sea. She smelled of alcohol, and her fingernails had nicotine smudged in them. Her eyes were storm sea gray. Cecilia drew a card for her. Strength. A woman and a lion. The woman's hand resting on the lion. Maeve took the deck of cards and she shuffled them. She gave them back to Cecilia. I don't understand. Cecilia drew her own card. Strength. And she heard Maeve's final song. With the moon reflecting my mistakes so bright, and me scrappy and fighting, trying to hold on tight. I was walking into fire. Tragically, for desire. Here I am, barely able to stand, but I'm no longer numb. Let sensation come. I'll learn to stand tall. Hear me call. But I got a question. Did you see this coming when you pulled those cards that night? life would shatter into stainless shards with the moon reflecting my mistakes so bright, and me scrappy and fighting, trying to hold on tight. I was walking into water, drowning memories of a daughter. My father told me of Ida Perry, a massive ship that sailed the high seas, of storms it would conquer and battles it would see. My father told me that ship was like me. My father told me that ship was like me. My father told me that you were like me. Now you see. Maeve took her cup of tea and she sat in the corner of the tea shop in her favorite spot. She waited for Cecilia noon and night and just watched her. Optometrist. Not to worry, not to worry, not to worry. So your left eye is just below your right eye, and your eyes, they do this. It's called aliasing. So all you need is a new pair of glasses, and that's just going to be about $700, okay? Energy healer. So your third eye is, it's to do with your eyes, okay? So that's your third eye chakra, and what I want to say is that it's really about your intuition, right? Like, what are you not seeing? What's blocking you, right? Do you want something? No, this isn't weed. I mean, it's weed, but I want you to think of it as plant medicine. Trauma therapist. So when things happen to us in our body, sometimes we have this internal filing system. And when new experiences happen, they get filed in the same place. So this phrase, he left me. When was the first time your heart said that? Your eyes. Your throat? Simon, I'm so sorry I'm late. How did it go? It was a great day again. I had a question for you. I know that my father offered for you to buy the shop, but I was wondering if you wanted to do it together. I could be wrong, but I feel like we're having a really good time and it's going really well. And I've never had fun at work before, so I remember what your dad said. Enjoy what you do and you'll never work a day in your life, right? Anyways, I selfishly hope that you stay here and that your decision helps you to stay here. But I also don't want to work with someone who's always staring out the window hoping that they were somewhere else. I don't want to add any pressure, but we do have a very real deadline. And my father needs an answer by tomorrow. Okay. Maeve watched the young man leave, and Cecilia thought. My captain's log. My father told me of Ida Perry, a massive ship that sailed the high sea, of storms it would conquer and battles it would see. My father told me that ship was like me. Bubba, look at this card. It's called Strength. See the beautiful woman? She's beautiful. Should we name her? She looks like an Irish goddess. Ah, tu t'appelles Maeve. Ah, et le lion is stronger still. Tu t'appelles Cecilia.
Je t'aime tout l'amour. You got sick. Baba, the body can only hold so much pain at a time. Trauma, it's like a story that repeats. I made myself sick. Yes. But you made yourself better too. My father told me of Vita Perry, a massive ship that sailed the high seas, of storms it would conquer, battles it would see. My father told me that ship was like me. Maeve walked over to Cecilia, and Cecilia remembered. She saw Maeve every time she looked in the mirror, every time she sang her songs, and every time her heart would break. Each of us has a Cecilia, and we each have a Maeve. We each have that part of us that controls things, organizes them, and gives structure, and that's beautiful. And we also have that part of ourselves that is wild and free and knows things without knowing. We hold space for both of these parts. April 22nd, 2003. My dad left to go get his first chemo appointment. April 22nd, 2017. I walked into a hospital drunk, high, and cigarette-stained, full of doctors who couldn't help me. February 25th, 2004. I watched my dad as his soul left his body. February 25th, 2018, I sat in a room full of soon-to-be yoga teachers, and I had smoke-free lungs and a heart that finally felt again. I have one more song, if I don't cry through it. And this is neither Maeve's or Cecilia's, but mine. In ancient civilizations, shamans, elders, medicine men and women used to read signs in the stars, backs of your hands, curve of your spine, and color of your heartbeat. They could connect your breath to the howling winter wind, your soul to burning midnight fires. Once I asked him, why don't we do that anymore? Listen to the stars. He didn't have an answer really, but he did say, our minds are not our souls. And the lion roared, and the sky turned red. And I know what you said. My papa said, don't take any wooden nickels. My papa said, don't cry, wolf, cry. My papa said, don't take any wooden nickels, but I did. And I want to give them back. I built a ship on dreams without an anchor. I sailed west towards storms that broke my compass. I got no rest to fit my dreams in harbors that weren't mine, that weren't mine. My papa said, don't take any wooden nickels. My papa said, don't cry, wolf, cry. My papa said, don't take any wooden nickels, but I did. And I'm gonna give them back. My ship broke down from splinters, from heartache. I found this town the way that I left it. I flipped that frown from devastating gravity to a smile, to a smile. Anxiety had me locked up and grief had me choked up, but that mirror had me turn up the volume on my heart. My papa said, I'll be with you always. My papa said, you bounce back so easily. My papa said, I'm not worried about you because you'll fly. You'll fly, and I did, because the lion roared and the sky turned red, and I
you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing your story and your songs. And I just want you all to know that Elizabeth teaches yoga here and also offers tarot card readings like in real life. Here. Yeah, so she wouldn't say it herself, but I wanted you all to know. So, hang out.